about 3 hours of light. So hopefully this trail is not going to be 3 hours long for me at this pace. And we got 7/8 of a tank and no reserves. Not exactly doing this the smartest way today, am I?
What is it about journeys and exploration that excites us? Is it experiencing new things, or breaking out of the day-to-day reality that defines us? Is it the journey or the destination? Damned if I know, but I'm gonna die trying to find out. The world is a big place, and you're never gonna see all of it. Your rig is a lot of things, among them freedom. Freedom to roam, freedom to explore. But where to explore, and how to explore, that, my friend, is the question. That is the quest. Join me as I traverse the path less traveled in a quest for nothing more than the journey. I'm Dominic Wilbrink, and this is an episode of the High Class Hobo.
Today we are taking my 2001 Jeep Wrangler cross-country, or partially cross-country. We're going from Pennsylvania to Michigan, and through Pennsylvania the goal is going to be to stick to backcountry roads and or specifically dirt roads or seasonal roads as much as possible. This is going to be the furthest I have driven this vehicle. I got it with around 170,000 and had to do a lot of work to make it really roadworthy. It came with like big 35s and all that kind of stuff, and I downsized the tires, replaced a bunch of gears in the rear differential, replaced the brakes because they were shot, just a whole bunch of little things to kind of get it going. So hopefully she holds up. As we're driving here, it's been beautiful weather all week. I didn't check the weather because it didn't really matter. It is what it is. I gotta drive this week, and this is my time to drive. But as I'm driving, and I come right to where I'm about to start hitting the first trails or first potential trails, which you know it starts raining, which is not a big deal. It just means that I only can use my waterproof camera, so that basically means GoPros. I can't use any of my Canon 5Ds, I can't use my M6, I can't use any of my like DJI products, can't use any of those because they're not really waterproof. This is a steep road. One thing about Pennsylvania is the hills are they're not the Rockies, but they're pretty good. They're spectacular compared to the flatlands in Michigan. I mean, from where I'm living, I've got to drive 8 hours to get anything close to this, and that's going to be up in the UP. You don't often have an excuse to go to the UP other than the fact that it's the UP. Oh, we were trying to avoid freeways. I guess we're going to have to deal with the freeway here. Now, I affectionately call this the Hoopty Jeep because it's a Hoopty. And to accentuate that, I used 18-inch Sahara rims on this TJ, which is just kind of ridiculous. But she will handle freeway speeds. I don't know how she'll handle them going up a hill. So, well, we're doing 60, so we're doing okay. My destination right now, first one is an abandoned railroad tunnel that supposedly you can drive through, and I've been on the trails on the other side of that, but I've never made the connection between the tunnel and those trails. So I'm going to try finding the entrance to the tunnel first, and then I'm going to try going through the tunnel, and we'll see. Should be pretty cool if it's all it's cracked up to be. And now we're doing 70. We need to slow down. I like keeping it at 65 with this little bird. Alright, so the waypoint that I had mapped in auto-corrected onto the freeway, because the tunnel does cross, so I think it actually goes onto the freeway. But yeah, it auto-corrected onto the freeway, which is not where I want to be, so I'm going to get off the freeway and kind of freewheel it and see if I can figure out where that entrance is. Alright, I can see on the map the waypoint where the tunnel is supposed to be. And I don't see any trails right now. I might find a spot to park and take a look at the map and the satellite, see if I can figure that out. So we'll be on to that in just a moment. Alright, so I got the satellite turned on and I can see a couple of two tracks that look like they're prospective winners. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit and see if I can find those entrances and make sure that they're not gated or anything like that, and see if they look like the right way to go. Wish me luck. Okay, we are in 4-wheel drive low. We're just going to take it nice and easy and see where this takes us. There's an option here. That takes us right where we want to go, I think. Alright, so there's a little option over here. Looks like it's the right one. We're getting some road marks on this one. A little muddy spot. A little bit of a clearing. Alright, well, we're gonna keep going here. See what we see. Okay, so I'm turning around because I came up on a gate, and I generally speaking, if there's a gate, I'm going to respect that. So I'm going to turn around and go someplace else because I don't want to put a bad taste in anybody's mouth. So we're going to tool on out of here, go around and find another spot to play or explore. Looks like it's meant to be an ATV track, not a Jeep track, so. It's also apparently the local dump. There's a bunch of trash over here. Well, so much for that little adventure. It sounded like a cool idea. Alright, so neutral, shift out, shift into 4-wheel, 2-wheel. Alright, back into 2-wheel drive. Alright, let's carry on and explore some more.
Well, I gave up on finding the tunnel for this trip. The goal was not to find the tunnel, but to travel as many trails as possible in the time that I had available. This is not a free time trip, and that being the case, I can't become hung up with a particular destination or trail. Sometimes, you just have to move on.
Alright, so I am on to destination that I've been to before, and I know that this particular track, it lists itself as a road on Google, so I feel pretty comfortable taking it. And it goes across a great big swath of essentially forest, and comes out on the other side. So I think I'm going to go check that out. I've never gone the whole way through just because I've always kind of been tooling around on a Sunday afternoon, right, a couple extra hours, but now that I got to go somewhere to get someplace, I'm going to go ahead and go through that place. I didn't feel like that was very coherent how I said that. Alright, so one of the rules I'm going to try and have on this trip is as much as possible, unless I get mixed up or there's really no other way once I get there. I'm going to stick to trails that are marked with, I'm going to stick to trails that are marked as roads on Google or Bing, that kind of thing. I figure those ones are actually roads that you can access, whereas sometimes you'll see a lot of trails marked on some services, and they're not really quite legit, I think. And I don't really want to be that guy that's trespassing on private property. So the other part of it is that there's a posted sign I'm going to respect that. As far as no driving, that kind of thing. If they got a gate up, I'm going to respect that. If somebody puts a gate up, I'm going to assume it's legit. There's some people that just put gates up to block traffic and make it look legit. People who don't know any better, like me, won't go through it. But I'm not looking to cause any trouble. I'm just out exploring and having a good time. Because it's important that you respect people's private property. Because at the end of the day, that's one of the most important things in at least in our society is people's ability to own things. We may not always like the fact that we can't access a big chunk of land because somebody owns it, but we also don't want those people to go and trespass inside our property. So it's a two-way street. If you don't respect them, they're not going to respect you. We're venturing off into the woods. So far it is a dilapidated asphalt road. I've been on this way before and I know it leads to essentially leads to a water tower. I think there's a reservoir up here too. Some ATV guys were just off to the side there. Think about those ATVs, those guys can fly fast. You should not be doing that in a Jeep on these kind of trails. Alright, should pull my mapping service back up here. Hey, we got some pedals. Alright, let's get our maps on. Alright, now I think I'm going to want to go to the right. My way that way. Roll that window up. So I'm doing about 15 miles per hour, so that's it's about 20 Ks. Alright, fork in the road. Let's see what we got. That looks like that is more ATV friendly. Let's take a look at the satellite here. Yeah, it's not marked. And it goes back and connects to another trail, which I don't feel like taking today. So as you can see, I have internet service here, so that means I am in the middle of nowhere, but I am not in the wilderness. So I stopped up to look at the weather, and that's the weather where I'm at right now. So when you're part of the goal here is filming, and it's hard to film with rain when you're not working with a whole bunch of waterproof cameras. So gonna be a bunch of GoPro footage for the rest of today, it looks like. So such is life. Do what you got to do. Carrying on. Just not over that tree.
Days like this one are proof that you have to maintain an adaptable attitude. Some would call it an open mind. I've been to this location before, and I had an expectation and a vision for the type of footage I'd be getting. But instead, due to the weather, I'm stuck with glorified dashcam footage. Mountain bikers have a phrase for this frustration: the GoPro effect. We've all experienced it. Some amazing vista is staring us in the face. We take out our phone or our pocket action camera, and we take a photo, and it looks like God's creation has been reduced down to a Cleveland steamer. Often, the reason is perspective. Any subject can look small without a point of reference. A boulder looks like a pebble until a Jeep rolls into frame, and a bumpy trail looks smooth until you see a vehicle bounce over some rocks. When you're having an exciting time, you want your footage to look exciting too.
passed by one side by side with a bunch of ladies in it. Those things are definitely fun, and they do a better job of just railing through stuff like this. That's what they're designed for. The Jeep's designed to go off-road, but it's not designed to go off-road fast like that. A little bit of a jack of all trades, that's my opinion. The GoPros are not going to do justice to this trail. It's like, you can see me bouncing around here. Got some ATVs going that way, and I'm going to follow a trail that goes this way, so let's go do that. I've been through this section before. It is a bumpy mofo, and it's a little wet today, so hopefully we don't get ourselves in trouble. No diff locks on the ride today. Whoa. No diff locks, no support vehicle, just me. Let's see, we're gonna go this way here. Some muddy ruts to the left. I don't think we want to do that. Woo. Crawl it. It's gonna go over. It's gonna be a big bump on that rock. Looks like I can just miss it. Go here. Oh man. It is 4 o'clock right now. So I've got about 3 hours of light. So hopefully this trail is not going to be 3 hours long for me at this pace. And we got 7/8 of a tank. And no reserves. Not exactly doing this the smartest way today, am I? The rain just picked up a little bit. I'm sure this is a terribly exciting video here. Gauge is reading okay. Oh, that was a bad line. Alright, what do we got here? Woo! Alright, I like this line here just because it's better for the undercarriage. I might look and see if I got a tire gauge, see if I can take the air pressure down just a pinch. That'll help a lot. Because we are right now probably right around 30 psi. That is too much air pressure for this trail. There's a little clearing up here. I'm gonna see, give it that clearing, and then see if I can find an air pressure gauge, because in the clearing I can get off the trail in case an ATV comes up behind me. Okay, here's the clearing. All right, let's see if we got a tire pressure gauge. And also do a quick little walk around, make sure I don't break anything. Check a look at that.
So I didn't have a tire pressure gauge, and for a person who lives his life by the Boy Scout motto, this trip represents the antithesis of the way I normally try to live my life. Sometimes you just need to throw caution to the wind and see where the currents take you, and if that means you're missing some piece of kit, so be it. All too often we let the mundane tasks in life get in the way of our hopes, our dreams, and ambitions. Should we really spend so much time planning the journey that we forget to actually take it? There's a lot of ways to experience the bumps in the road, and forgetting your tire pressure gauge is not the worst way to have a bumpy ride.
I don't see anything broken or disconnected, so we're good to go. Sun's coming out. As I remember that section, that section I just went through was pretty bumpy, and after getting through that, it's still pretty bumpy, but that was the worst of it. It'd be interesting to see what the GPS says I'm doing, like 2 miles per hour. It's a curiosity. On the map, what's the scale here? 500 feet. Okay, yeah, we're good. So even if we're going only 2 miles per hour, I got enough time to get out and get to the road and all that good stuff. Oh, what bumpy ass trail. Things just got interesting because I got to a gate. So I am gonna look and see on the map if there is a workaround if I go into satellite view. Yes, there is a workaround. So I gotta backtrack to the main road, cut down, and get to where I'm going. Back we go. I had to take an alternate route down a more or less normal dirt road and check out what's up here. Pretty cool, huh? All right, hitting the trails. We're burning sunlight. So I'm now working my way down a 2-track from that main road section I was just on, and gonna see if I can find a spot that's not gated. Looks like, according to the map, the next spot on the road that takes a right turn should take me the direction I want to go. So let's see how it goes. Here. Alright, so I got done with the first adventure. I didn't find the tunnel I was looking for, but I did get a bunch of driving in. The sun came out just as I was coming out of all the tracks, and at this point I feel like I got at least a couple hours before I go to the next spot on the map that I've got. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that since I'm running out of daylight, and then tomorrow I'll have the whole day hopefully to make use of the daylight instead of just part of the day. So I really didn't make it to any trails until 2 o'clock. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a beeline for the open road and get where I'm going. So let's do that. So I was heading towards my essentially second waypoint of the day, and unfortunately I'm losing the light. And when I get in the trees, when I get there, I'm gonna have no light whatsoever left over. So I just went ahead and pulled over, booked a hotel because I'm not camping it on this trip, and I'm gonna go get something to eat and then get an early start tomorrow. And I might hit that spot I was thinking about, or I might just keep going. So we'll see. Plans change, you gotta change with them. Feels like I'm going too fast in this neighborhood. Probably am. Let's slow it down. Big fan of the drive like your kids live here movement, which I also refer to as don't run over my kids so I don't have to kill you movement. I'll tell you what, once you get off the freeway and drive through Pennsylvania, it's a beautiful state. Now I grew up in Michigan and used to think that was a beautiful state, but I don't think that anymore. Maybe way far north of where I'm going to be living, but it's nothing like this. Straight roads is all you got there. Here you got these winding roads, and it's just hills everywhere, and there's not really any hills in Michigan, or at least in the lower peninsula. You've been watching this video on my dedicated channel to overlanding in Jeeps and Toyotas or whatever it happens to be that I'm driving at the moment. If you want to see kind of everything that I do, which is also involves mountain bikes and some reviews and that kind of stuff, I have a main channel. So go ahead and check out that main channel and the link in the description below. Otherwise, have a good one. Thanks for watching. Work hard, play hard, and be a big softy when you get home. You can help support the production of these videos by supporting me on Patreon. Also, be sure to go over and check out the links in the description below for some of my online stores where you can get cool t-shirts like this one right here. I also have some hoodies that mix bike life with van life. Again, thanks for watching.